Welcome to the Summit View. I'm your host, Summer Moss.
I'm Preston Rieker. Thank you for joining us. We have a great show for you today.
Let's go ahead over to Owen to catch up on what's going on here at Summit.
Thanks guys, I'm Owen Webb, and here are your announcements for today. If you're interested in joining National Art Honor Society, please join the Schoology group using code KC59X4MWWGGQW and fill out an application. To be a member, you must maintain a B average or higher in any art class. Submit 2 teacher recommendations with your application, pay $25 membership fee, and work to complete 8 hours of service. We would like to reactivate the Military Interest Club. We are having an organizational meeting during lunch in A122, Mr. Moses' room, on August 26th. If you have any interest on joining the military after high school or college, or just want to find out more about opportunities that the military offers, please plan to attend.
Thanks, Owen. Lots of things going on.
Be sure to keep up with club meetings and other events. Now let's check in with Mr. Jackson for Get Your Act Together and the ACT Word of the Day.
Welcome to Get Your Act Together. I am your host, Mr. Jackson. The goal today is we're going to talk about agreement between subjects and verbs to help get you ready for the English section of the ACT. Now, in order to really dive into this, I'm going to give you an example. And welcome to the new Get Your Act Together. So to what I was saying, you're going to need to be able to recognize that sometimes the verb doesn't always need to agree with the word that you think it should agree with. It has to agree with the subject of the sentence, whether that sounds right to you or not. So in the example and in the examples in the task today, pay attention to what the actual subject of the sentence is and then choose the verb that agrees with that. And you're going to see an example of that here in just a second. So for example, in the sentence, the damage to the neighborhood, comma, caused by 3 major tornadoes over 4 days, comma, blank, even more shocking in person than it appeared on television. And so what they would be asking you on the ACT is, which verb should go in that blank? Would it be is or would it be are? So the way this would work is you have to look at what the actual subject of the sentence is, right? So for example, in this case, the actual subject of the sentence is damage, right? But you might be tempted to say that it's tornadoes or days because the verb comes closer to those words. So what you have to do is you have to ignore the word tornadoes and the word days, look at the word damage and realize that the verb has to match the word damage. So in this case, the correct verb would be is, not are. So what you're going to see on your task today is you're going to see 4 different instances of subject-verb agreement. Right, so 4 different questions where you're going to be presented with a conundrum, kind of like the conundrum that I just presented to you. Which noun is the subject and needs to match the verb? And so you're going to be asked to choose, is it going to be the singular verb or is it going to be the plural verb? So again, here in just a minute, you're going to have the vocab segment play, right? And then you're going to do the vocab. And then while the timer's running, you're literally going to complete those 4 questions, submit your task, and then I'm going to come back and review the task with you afterward.
So I guess we're doing the ACT Word of the Day now. Today's ACT Word of the Day is lackadaisical. So what does that mean? Lackadaisical is the lacking life, spirit, or zest. Students tend to be very lackadaisical on the ACT. Are you lackadaisical?
So you notice that 3 of the questions on the task were very similar, and the one that I want to hit is a proper understanding of American politics and history blank, a working knowledge of European history and its influence on American political thought. And your choices are require and requires. Now, what you have to remember is that understanding is the actual subject of the sentence, so it's the one that has to match the verb. Politics and history together would require. But a proper understanding, being a singular noun, requires, and requires is the correct answer on the first task question. So you may have also noticed that there was one question that was a little bit different from the others, and it's because it involved the noun flock. The sentence was, every afternoon, a flock of black-tailed seagulls blank at the pier to hunt for snacks dropped by the wandering tourists. And what you have to understand is that flock is what we call a collective noun, right? And so the choices were arrive or arrives. Flock, in America, we treat them as a singular noun, so the correct answer was arrives. A flock arrives.
It is time for our prize drawings today. Now, all prize winners today come from Monday's task submissions who had the ACT Vocabulary Word of the Day correct. All winners, which is 2 per grade level, will receive Kit Kats, which they can pick up in my classroom, room A114 on the math hallway, during Spartan time or lunch, between afternoon classes or after school. Let's dive into the winners. For the 9th grade class, we have Scarlett Husbands from Mr. Myers and Miss Miller's homeroom, and Katie McGurk from Miss James' homeroom. Congratulations, Scarlett and Katie. From the sophomore class, we have Brody Greenwood from Miss Stoll and Miss Talbert's homeroom, and Olivia Schwartz from Miss Helton and Miss Weinstein's homeroom. Congratulations, Brody and Olivia. From the junior class, we have Jose Coronado from Miss James' homeroom, and Jace Kirby from Miss Perschbacher's homeroom. Congratulations, Jose and Jace. And for the senior class, we have Savannah Thurman from Miss Roberts' homeroom, and Cody Young from Miss Hidby's homeroom. Congratulations, Savannah and Cody. Don't forget to pick up those prizes, and don't forget that Monday, we will have a grand prize drawing from all task submissions for this week.
Thanks for tuning in to today's Get Your Act Together. I hope that everyone has a marvelous weekend, and I should have some segments on Monday from the first football game tomorrow night. I will see you then.
Thanks, Mr. Jackson.
That is all for this edition of the Summit View.
Join us next time. Have a great day.